Life is good. Here we are. Let's start this gal again. She's powerful.
Welcome, sister. This is medicine wrapped in song. Who is done chasing? For the one who is ready to be found. Sit with me. You are home.
If you find yourself ready to find yourself, ready to embrace yourself, then you are in the right place, because that is what is going on today.
Today I lower my arms. Today I let life
Let yourself be swept up. The energies are so strong. They will carry you. Greetings and welcome from Anubis. And we have the multitudes with us as well. And we are floating on this energy with you. We have the paddles. You don't need to effort. You don't need to work at this. You need not fight the flow of the current. You need to ride on the current. I am enough. There you go. That is your message for today. No begging, no cajoling, no manipulating, no forcing.
I stopped begging for the love I deserve. I stopped doubting the light I was born with. There's a woman inside me looking back at
Today,
me. At last I hear
you float.
At last I let her
Today,
when I choose myself.
You let the love currents be in you and around you. You play.
I am enough. I am whole. Love and abundance flow to
I welcome you. And as you allow yourself to float on the currents of love and the frequencies that are present right now, trust the flow. Trust the divine carrier, the divine love that is the fundamental energy present.
I no longer chase, I no longer beg, I no longer dim. If something walks away, thank you, it was.
And you allow yourself to be just as you are.
And stillness always finds the way. What is real?
And so as you hold the frequencies, opening the door in the back of your heart, and allow them to come in. They float, they ride on translucent bubbles of light. Open the front door of your heart and let that energy move in through and out your heart. You may find that the energy of love that you are floating on is moved about the chambers of your heart, cleansing, removing detritus, letting go of the old, and everything in you opens to trust the divine. She is the manufacturer of love. And this is the love of which you crave, you desire, you aim for. And this is the love you want to transmit to the world as your healing contribution to everything that is alive on this planet. You are the flow through of love. You are the chamber through which the love flows through your heart, cleansing, washing, purifying your heart. And now you open the front door and release that love out into the world. And what you cleanse from your heart, what you let go of and remove your attention on, that is always the past moment, the past moment, the past moment, the past moment, the past years. You bring yourself into the present moment. Bring yourself face to face with your present moment. Be in this moment. Don't let yourself ramble into the future and chart the past waters, trying to make sense. Let it go. It does not have to exist as the energy that warps the present moment. You are worthy of receiving divine love. Receive, receive, receive. This is why we have had you learn to embody your soul's light. Take in that light of your soul, the 8th chakra, about 15 inches above the head, that pours its light into your skull, into that space between your crown chakra and the soul chakra, and all throughout your body. And every cell in your body drinks in the light of your soul. And every cell in your body connects you with your soul. And then your soul connects you with the all that is, with the divine, with everything in creation. And you are part of the web of life. And that is exactly as it should be. As if you are connected, holding hands with all the other beings on this planet. All the other life forms, all the forms of consciousness throughout the centuries and throughout the universe, throughout all time. You are connected to that. You are part of it. And you're open to receive. And you are part of that network of beings that creates the web of life. This web of life is strong and resilient and buoyant and bouncy and stretchy and can form and reform into various patterns that fit the moment. You are part of that. It's a function of your consciousness. Let yourself be carried on this. Let yourself experience this. It is what is present for you in this moment. All the higher beings projecting light at the planet. All the higher beings projecting light to you, to each and every one of your cells. It's beckoning, come, be in the light, be part of the light, be the light that you are. This is what the opportunity is in this moment. Receive and let it flow through you and out of you. There's nothing to guard. There's nothing to hide. There's no place you do not belong. See yourself as the divine creation that you are. See the divine in her miraculous moments of inspiration and creation, taking a point of light and creating you as a spark of her consciousness, formatted to be exactly who you are, because it is her pleasure to create you this way. It's her pleasure to create you as a point of consciousness and as a soul. And as a soul, you reflect the qualities of the divine. You are made in the image and the likeness of the divine. Take that in, so that you are a matching component of the divine, reflecting back and forth, the divine and you, the divine and you, and you and the divine and you. It's all the same. There's no separation. And then extend that out to the web of life. The frogs and the fish, they do not argue or think, well, am I worthy? Do I have the self-confidence to reflect the divine? They just do. They just be alive. They move in ways that flow. They sound their calls. They call their mates and their loved ones to them. They regenerate. They be exactly who they are designed to be without question. No doubt. No question. They know that they are part of this web of life and they cannot be otherwise. And so it is for you as well. Welcome yourself. You need no permission. You shine. This is how you were born. Let yourself come out and shine the fullest that you can at this moment. Remove the blinders, remove the limitations, remove the guardian vessels of your heart. Remove the protective devices around your body and move that energy. Move the energy that you are and be that. Be that.
I came here shy, not to hide myself. I came here whole, not broken in pieces. If my light disturbs the ones who don't deserve it, that door was never my path to take. I was not born to fit in. I was born to fill the room. I owe no one any apology.
And so it is this morning. Good morning, Pat Hansen. Good morning to all who are watching today. It is wonderful to see you. It is wonderful to be with you. Thank you for gracing me with your presence. I am feeling into the energies, awaiting instructions from Anubis. Let us be of one accord, wrapped in light, wrapped in love, motivated, moved by heart. No more denying who you are. No more wondering if you are connected with the divine. You are a creation of the divine. You are always connected with the divine. You're operating within the divine soup. Frolic. Frolic and play. Open your chest. Open your lungs. Be grand. Be wild. Divine Beloved, allow me to be wildly open to your instructions. Divine Beloved, Supreme Feminine Divine, grace me with your love, your understanding, your wisdom, your truth. Let me plant my feet in the truth of who you are and take it in as the truth of who I am. Alright, coming back into ordinary reality for a moment. I greet you again. Patiently waiting for divine right timing on my move. No buyer yet. Ah, okay. I hear you, Pat. It's often frustrating when the divine says, no, you have to wait. You have to wait. Oh, I feel your frustration and a sense of impatience. You're ready to move into the next step, into the next phase. So understand that you have a foot in this home and a foot in the next home, and just let it be that way. Expand to include that you are in this process, magical as it is, frustrating at times. But know that you are a large enough being and large enough presence, and you presence the divine so well that you can expand to include these two homes, these two phases of your life, and allow yourself the pleasure of being in the process, acknowledging and being in that desire for the new, that hunger, that craving, that readiness, and your willingness to exhaust and release the old. It's a divine dance between past, present, and future. And there you are in the middle, connecting the two. But you're also ready, ready, ready for what must come. Pat, it occurs to me that Susan Wallace might be someone you could talk to. I don't know if she has purchased a home here in California, because they had chosen to move to California and to Northern California specifically. So you might contact her and see how she is doing in her process, and invite her to see your home. They might enjoy living that close to the water. Good morning, Lisa. My sweet, how are you today? How was the spiritual hospital yesterday? So I want to read you a few of the new prayers. I got 3 of them here. Divine Beloved, imprint upon my heart your sacred wisdom, that I may know and play my part in your divine plan. My entire life is in divine order, outside of all imagined limits. Only divine will is my guide. Let whatever dormant talents I have emerge for the good of all, and in the way that you prescribe. Give me courage, make me ready. Remove fear or resistance. Open the way. And the last one is, Divine Beloved, may I be you in thought, word, and deed. May all hearts be healed as my love is your love. I follow your lead. My feet know where to go. And so it is this fine morning. These are nice roses. I dedicate them to my Umbrian leopard king. The little inside thing. I want to check in with Anubis about the rest of the month's energy, June. As the guides have said, this month is about removing the yoke, unleashing yourself, stepping out of the trap and work and the effort. Granting yourself time outdoors in nature to restore your spirit, to balance things out inside your body, to restore the endorphins and the flow of all the feel-good hormones in your physical body. Grant yourself that pleasure, that freedom. Short amounts of time are fine. If you can get away for a weekend, that's great. If you can't, do what you can do. Mother Nature is at the peak of her power right now. Blooming, growing. And she wants your appreciation of her creations. So go out and see them, or bring them indoors like this, and let them remind you of the beauty of nature and your belongingness in it. Let yourself flower. Let yourself bloom. Now, this month is a wide open acceptance of self as you are. Don't fight it. Just say, yes, okay, I'm here, I'm experiencing this. Don't resist. Don't try to dominate it or struggle or change it. Just say, okay, you're here. I accept you. I welcome you. This is my experience. Resistance is just excess expenditures of energy trying to defend against something you don't want. And if more rest is needed, then more rest is needed. Know that divine timing is on your side, even if you don't see how it is working on your behalf and for your highest good. So this month, part of throwing off the yoke is being willing to take on a new thought, a new approach, a new impression of the nature of whatever you call reality. Whatever you are choosing to operate in as your system of belief, of creation, of your powers. Listen to music that uplifts. Listen to music or words that calm and bring you sacred wisdom. Feed yourself the spiritual food you need to get through this month and operate outside of the headlines. Eschew. Set aside the outside world's interpretations of life right now. You are free to interpret life and your experiences in the way that you see fit. Yes, you may fear that illusion is dogging your steps. Yeah. You can focus on that. Or you can say, okay, divine, I'm all in. I'll step forward as you tell me to step. My feet know where to go. I may be taking in divine information and energy and motivation and inspiration far under my normal radar. Let it be that subtle current that seems to have a way with you, carrying you forward, going with it. Also, using this wonderful advice to work through pain while healing. Good morning, Teresa. Did you have to have another surgery? Or you had an injury? I saw that you needed help with foods that you can prepare or eat with one hand. Yeah, one-hand cooking is a huge challenge. I have done it myself, and it was scary. I don't operate a knife, a big sharp chef's knife, well with my non-dominant hand. So, for you, Teresa, you have the ability to connect in your spine, right in that sort of hump place at the base of your neck and the top of your thoracic section. You can connect the nerves and the pathways there that come from your brain and become ambidextrous quite easily. But I think you need to wear your glasses when you do it. You can also say, divine, guide my hand. Place the right foods in front of me that heal me and are most easy for me to prepare and to consume. Divine, charge this food with the healing elements I need that restore me to better than before. Divine, guide me. You are a mistress of the Holy Spirit. You know how to operate with the Holy Spirit as it moves through you. And so it is. There you go. you had the other shoulder done. Jeez. Well, you are a fast recoverer. I've got to give it to you about that. You heal. Good morning, Stephanie Ansley Miller. How lovely to see you here. One of the messages I got in Italy was when I sat for a very long time in the Basilica St. Clair. That's where St. Clair was the beginner, or she founded the Order of the Clares, and they were aligned with St. Francis of Assisi in welcoming poverty and humility and giving away wealth, feeding the poor, caring for the poor, to being other-centered and allowing the divine to work through them to be able to do this. And I was sitting in the pews, and I'd been there for quite a few minutes, and this was my second trip to this basilica, and I hadn't felt a connection much there, but I was also, the second trip, I was a little more tuned in, having heard from St. Francis, having heard from St. Anthony. Now I was listening to St. Clair, and she said, gather your women around you and remind them, be not afraid to love. And whether you are loving those parts of yourself that you have previously rejected, whether you are loving others around you, whether you are starting to re-love the men that you had blocked or sworn off, gather your women together. Now, I would love to do a gathering of women at my home. Small, 8, 9 maybe. And just to be in a space of love and support and receiving. The souls of women are hungry to receive. And as we open to receive, it is easier to stretch and to grow and to be unafraid to love. To be daring about willingness to love. To operating outside maybe even what might be practical sensibilities. Invest in your own heart and your own ability to love. And the necessariness of the world to know women who honor themselves and say yes to their inner guidance and their inner power. If you're interested in doing this and gathering together with me in person here at my lovely home, then I would love to hear that from you. Maybe put that in the comments. Invite me. Invite me. I love hearing from you in the comments. That is the best. Whether you're seeing this on Facebook or later on YouTube, I love your comments. I love to interact with you. This is the whole point of being a channel, of working in the Akashic Records, of being a person who has the ability to sense and see and know and hear that spiritual guidance. This too is for you. You too can be this. And in August, I will be at the Blossoming Path bookstore and metaphysical store again. I went last night and I did kind of a primer on the Akashic Records and teaching people how to open their Akashic Records. Pat says, yes, count me in. Thank you, thank you. I'd love to count you in. Oh, you come with such beautiful energy. It won't be just an honor. It was such a delight to be in a group of absolute strangers I'd never met. The first time I talked to the owner of the bookstore was yesterday, just to confirm that the event was still on. I hadn't heard from the person who had kind of set up this with, and there had been a little communication breakdown, and so I was sort of sitting on the edge of my chair going, am I going to drive all the way to Sacramento, 2.5 hours, to do this or not, And if not, my mother wanted some help. And I have a lot of attention on providing help for my mother. And so she's like, yep, we're ready for you. And it worked out really, really nicely. Very well. Oh, and let me remind you that those of you who like to have readings or have been curious about having readings, please, I'm having a 50% off sale. I want to do 30 readings this month, and you are invited to have a reading at half price. That means instead of paying $204 for a reading for 60 minutes, you pay $102. So this is happening this month. Now, the smart people I know who buy readings in advance are going to be on this, so go for it. I love that. It's fine. Between the two of us, we will track your readings. And you are so deserving of the love of your soul and the love of the divine and the admittance into your Akashic Records and the record of your soul's entire journey. It is a worthy endeavor. And your questions and your hunger for information and energy will be satisfied in the Akashic Records or through a reading. Perhaps you want a channeling with Anubis, and we'll go through every chakra and organize your energy and boost it in the process. And Anubis calls in all this information along the way and reveals things and clears things up and heals things. It's really remarkable. What Anubis knows, it's usually what I didn't. And I can count on that, thankfully. It's nice to have some things to be able to count on. And what else? I'm suddenly blank. Your questions are welcome. Absolutely welcome. But I do want to gather the women around me and let us empower each other. Let us be the gifts that we are together. Let us honor our feminine inner strength. And that way of being and seeing and knowing and doing, let us be that for ourselves and for each other. I think that is it for today. I thank you. It is always my pleasure to be with you. If you want to sign up for a reading this month, you can go to my website, anniechannels.com, and just schedule yourself there. There are payment buttons, all that kind of stuff. Or just call me, 415-846-2412. I love talking to you, and we'll set up your appointment. Sometimes if you just tell me, I want a reading on this day at this time, can you do it? I will fit you in to the best of my abilities. I will make that happen for you if I possibly can. And don't forget, if you haven't purchased my book, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness, please do. This is written as a teaching manual to help you access your own soul's Akashic Records for information and energy. And this is an autographed copy, so it's got this beautiful little gold sticker, and in each one of the autographed copies there is a special channeled message inside, on the inside cover, just for you. I would love for you to have this. It is a really wonderful tool. I have clients who bought both the book and the workbook, also known as the companion journal. The way this book is channeled, the guide set it up so that you open your records at the beginning of each chapter so that your consciousness is elevated and more open to the finer and more subtle energies and information. And you read the information in that chapter, and there are questions at the end of the chapter. And you answer those questions, and you write your answers in the questions, because it's a strong way to tell yourself what you experienced in this chapter. Because the topics are very wide-ranging and very useful, and you will be getting applicable, practical information, and you'll be moving into more and more of soul consciousness as you do it. And the companion journal has the questions already written out for you in places to make your notes. And I do recommend that you keep your notes about your Akashic explorations in the same place, because if you do that, you can come back in 3-4 weeks, maybe a couple of months, and then reread what you got, and you might find, wow, that was really what I needed to hear, even though I kind of came on this, you should just do this, tone 40, very ordinary information. If you do this, that will clear up that and make space for this. It comes through not as you must, but it might be a good idea for you, like a kindly suggestion. So you have to really listen, and you need to write down your impressions at the end of the chapter so that you tell yourself what you learned. And you can use sentence primers like, it seems like I had the feeling that I was hearing the words, I was getting the feeling in my body, in this particular location in my body, that it was time to let go of something, and what it was. And you can get the print book. There's the audio book too, and that's in my voice. I channeled the whole book, and I needed to channel the energy when I was doing the audio book so that the energy of the guide who channeled that particular chapter came through. And it's the Akashic beings of light who channeled a lot of chapters. Anubis channeled a number of chapters, and just a few of the chapters are channeled by the great creatress herself. And that's quite an honor for me. And if you want these books, the book is $24. The companion journal is $22, but if you buy a set, it's only $40. So you're going to save a few bucks there. And I can mail them to you. Or if you live nearby, I'll just drop them personally. Bring them to you. All right. I love you all. And it's time for me to say goodbye for the day. Just today. You are blessed. And you are a blessing to me. And I'm thankful for that. And so it is. If you're watching on YouTube, please do subscribe. And do leave comments. I love the comments. All right. Thank you so much. Bye now.